So today is number 4 day of Vlogmas, and the reason I have this hat on is because I am showing how, it's really cold here. It's unseasonably cold even for the Midwest, and it was 0 degrees last night. It's probably actually below 0. And then I think it's like 4 now or something. So we're in for a cold winter and a very white Christmas because we got a ton of snow. And it kind of reminds me of my childhood though, which is cool because it was always like this growing up in the 70s especially. I remember just lots and lots of snow. So I'm not complaining too much because I kind of like it, and it just brings me back to those times. I'm having a really hard time though with decorating this year. I don't know, I'm sure we all go through this. Last year I, for some reason, was really in the mood and I decorated right after Thanksgiving, the day after. This year I hardly have anything up. My mom's birthday's tomorrow and she would have been 86. And then I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just wait till after tomorrow to really decorate. But yeah, I don't even know what it is, but for some reason this year it's nothing in particular that happened. I do think this just sometimes you just don't know. So our moods change day to day, or mine does anyways. I know everybody's does. That's just how it is. Or moment to moment even. And I think I'll just take it slow for now. And if I want to put a little bit more out later, I will. I'm not sure. I'm just going to pace myself. So if you guys are struggling with that too, I totally understand. And I think when the girls were growing up, when I was a young mom, and I don't know, I guess, well, there wasn't tragedy, right? I didn't have tragedy yet. I didn't have parents that had gotten sick and all that and taking care of them and other things. Life was just different then, and it was not as much going on with, I guess you could say, loss. There was a lot of youth around me. Even the animals were young. There's something to do with getting older and losing people that really puts a damper sometimes on the seasons. And I guess we're supposed to reflect on, the good times, and I get that too, but I'm being realistic here that it's not always that way either. It's loss. So loss is hard around the seasons. But it will be better, and I'm not stuck here or anything, but I just was wondering if you guys have gone through this, and I hope that you're doing well. But if you're struggling like me, understand that like me, it is going to pass, and we never stay stuck in one good or bad place. It changes all the time, just like the seasons change. On that note, I'm going to go upstairs and at least take one item out for Christmas today. We did manage to get the Christmas tree. I don't know if you can see it in the background behind that chair. I don't even have lights on it yet, so it's a real tree, and Pip didn't even bother it. Maybe he will when lights are on it. I'm not sure. We'll see. But that's where it's at for now. And let's look at some more miniatures today, and I'm going to get one item out. So this is where all our Christmas things are, and tell me this. I am 56 now, and I feel like that. Yeah, it's in the story too. I'm 56 now, and I feel like that. I just got all these things out 2 months ago. So I'm trying to get in the spirit again, because it literally feels like 2 months ago. And my mom's birthday will be tomorrow. And I don't know if that's why I'm in a weird mood about Christmas right now. Kind of ebbs and flows. I have all these containers. This is really pretty, by the way. All these containers that have lots of Christmas memories. And for instance, this was my mom's my sister and I actually got it for her one birthday. So I put this up today. And tomorrow, like I said, is her birthday. It's hand painted. My mom was Catholic and my parents were Catholic. I was Catholic. And it's just something she absolutely loved. So that will go up today. And here's the bakery again. And I know I've been showing you a lot of this week with Vlogmas. But this is more during the daytime, so I thought I could show you the kitchen a little better since the lighting will be better now. So I'm going to go back here and show you the kitchen. And all of the yummy bakery items. So the bakery is on the main floor when you come into the house. There's the door. And this has 4 stories in this dollhouse. So we're going to go up the stairs and to the 2nd floor. And the 2nd floor is the party room, I guess you could say, or club room because it's the 40s. So it would be where people come to dance and sing. There'll be a piano in here and a bar in the corner. The corner bar will be there with stools. And this is the dance area. And then up here will be some places to sit, to have something to eat and some punch and alcohol, of course, and smoking, because back then they smoked. And that was, you know, in the 40s where they had no idea the health aspect of smoking and how it was dangerous. But they did live their life to the fullest, a lot of them. It was suffering too, I'm not saying that. But, you know, when they did party, they had a good old time. And this dollhouse I think I've showed before, but I loved it because it's so authentic. Where if you're an actual little miniature person, which obviously does not exist, but you could actually walk through. So even though you can't see this really unless I put my camera way back here, if I'm really on this dance floor or in this bar, I have a place to walk through here. And it goes all the way in here. So obviously I can bring my camera all the way, so I will just back it up and bring it from the outside in. But the other room you could go through if you're a little person over there. So this room, I'm making it just like a room you can hang out in, and I can call it my smoking room. And usually a smoking room is just men's only, but this one's going to have women too. And I'm going to put some items here for sitting and alcohol carts here and just lounging. So kind of a loungy room, I guess you could say. And I just want to show you the light fixtures before I do all the rest, because they're really pretty, I think. This Etsy shop that made these is no longer in business, so they're not for sale. But this other one, I painted those myself, but they're from a lady that is on Etsy, and she is Estelle Miniatrures, Estelle light fixtures. I can't remember the exact name, but I'll put a link in the descriptions. And there's another one of her pieces, and you can get them made, but they're like 3 times as much if you get them made from her. So I just painted my own. And that is those. And then there's this one that I painted myself from her, and I had to wire it myself. So if you have her paint it and wire it, it's going to be substantially more expensive, but then you can just put it in your dollhouse and you have to do anything. Otherwise, there's a little work to be done. You have to get wires in there, and it's a little bit tricky, but it can be done. And then there's this one that's a lamp that I'm going to be putting on a table that was from that Miniatures that is no longer on Etsy. But it is pretty, so I'm glad I snatched it up when I did before they closed their store. And this room is really nice and big and deep. As you can see, this dollhouse I got from Pennsylvania. It was shipped to me. All these curtains in here were actually in the dollhouse, so I didn't replace them because I absolutely love them. And they fit perfect on the windows. And the thing is, this was a custom-made dollhouse. And I didn't pick out any of the wallpaper, but I think it works with the 1940s theme. I don't think it looks too much of a different era. I think it goes well. So, yes, I probably would have picked out something different, but I didn't make this dollhouse, so this is from somebody else that had it custom made, and then she passed away. So we got this from an estate that was selling many of her dollhouses that I found through this lady online. So today what I want to do is show you guys one area that I'm going to put together. So I think I'm going to show you the furniture I'm going to put in here. So let's look at that first. So the sun's really shining down, but I'll show you this. And it's a settee couch, I guess you could say. Because it's kind of more like a love seat. But it's very 1940s looking, I think. Or 50s even, but I'm going to say 40s since that's the era I want it to be. And it's a JBM, which is a nice brand. But it's a furniture brand that for Miniatures that's been around for a long time. And super well done. And then I'm going to put these club chairs in there. Because you have to have club chairs in the club room. And then I'm going to have this table. It's just kind of a generic coffee table, but that's pretty much what they look like then. And then that will go in front of this. Things get dusty so easily when you have Miniatures. And then this is the cocktail table I wanted to show you. And it has a lot of cocktail items on it. Like with the bottle and the little glasses and the cigars. There's even a corkscrew for uncorking a wine bottle. There's a wine bottle at the bottom here. Another more cigars and just lots of little details. And it has wheels at the bottom of this, which are neat. I'm going to have to get a feather duster, a real little one, I think, to dust around things, because I can tell that with the lighting, especially with the sun streaming through, that things are getting dusty. Then I have this that I'm going to put underneath where the stairs go. It fits perfectly in there. And it's a record player. This is just a resin piece, but I thought it was kind of neat, so. These were handmade by an artist, and these were little ashtrays that are standing ashtrays. And I bought a few from her, and this one actually has lipstick at the end. So if a woman was smoking, she laid her cigarette there with the lipstick. And, you know, I say they used to. Well, obviously people still smoke, which is kind of strange to me because I'm never around people that smoke. So I keep forgetting that we do have people that still smoke. And you think this day and age that nobody would. But it's still out there and people are still doing it and it's still legal, which it should be because I don't believe in making things like this illegal, but anyways, I'm not going to go on that rant. And this is a little ashtray with a cigarette. It looks like it's lit. And then I also have a ashtray that has a cigar in it. So I think that's kind of neat since there's a cigars in that room. And a little pack of cigarettes. This was just metal, which is kind of neat, but it's supposed to look like, you know, the old-fashioned cigarettes in the gold package. And then I have a lighter here. And like those big lighters. So this is the room for now, and I will be adding a little bit more to it, but I just wanted to show you with the cart in the back and the cigars and some of the furniture. And here's some cigars here too. And then over in this area, this is where I have the love seat with the table and then the record player. Thanks for watching.